I wanted to talk about three things that the unfaithful partner can obviously do in a mistake in the recovery of post-affair. So they've had an affair, they realise their mistake, they desperately want the relationship repaired, they want to be with their partner, they say they do anything to recover, but there are three common mistakes that they may make. One of them, the first one, is they try and make the trauma smaller than it actually is for their partner. They often say things like, if only you stop crying or stop being angry, we can have better conversations. Why are you going on so much? Why are you reacting that way? You cannot make that trauma smaller than it is for your partner. The whole world for them has changed. Everything they felt they knew, everything they trusted, not just you, but the world itself, is now gone. They can't trust the past, they can't trust the future, they can't trust any of their dreams, their wishes, their hopes. The trauma is enormous. So you cannot make it smaller for them. In those early days, especially of the recovery, you need to go with the flow and be with your partner in their trauma response, whatever that might be. It may not be pleasant for you, but that's part of what you need to do. The second mistake you can actually make is a justification of why you had the affair. You can say to your partner, I was feeling lonely, I was feeling stressed at work, we had no sex. You could say lots of things that may be actually true and be part of why that moment occurred where you made that decision, but it's not why you made a decision and it's not a justification. And by doing that in the recovery, when your partner is trying to deal with their trauma, will just put them right back to the beginning. So you can't justify. You made the choice. There may have been reasons that pushed you to that place. They can be explored later. But in those early days of recovery, justification will just not help at all. And then the third thing is when you try and turn things in on yourself about your worries, your problems, your difficulties, when your partner's trying to express how painful this recovery is for them, how hurtful that you've been, how the betrayal has caused so much heartache and trauma for them. What you can't do is then say, well, what about me? It's difficult for me as well. I'm not sleeping. I'm finding it a struggle. They may be valid statements, but it won't help when your partner's trying to express their trauma. You'll get your turn, you'll get your chance later in the recovery. But again, in the very early days especially, that would just, again, interrupt the recovery process and put you way back. So it may be difficult, but you've just got to stay with it. You've got to accept their trauma response. You can't justify, and you can't try and turn their pain into your pain. Don't make it about you, let it be about them. Later on, as I said, you'll get your chance.